there's something I haven't told you. I somehow accidentally, intentionally, by accident, changed almost everything about my life. Like probably 97% is different now. And this channel is next. Yeah. In case you're new here and watching this super random life update video for some reason, I mean this drama in 3 acts. Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a German mechanical engineer who used to live in Sweden until last summer when I decided to quit my engineering job at the Swedish battery scale-up Northvolt and move to the Netherlands to live with my boyfriend with the plan to find an engineering job there. That didn't exactly happen. I'm not in the Netherlands and I'm scared to say this because this is or was an engineering channel, but I'm not working as an engineer. Yeah. I thought this would be an easy video to make. But I'm so nervous because I don't want to disappoint anyone. But so, I did move to the Netherlands and I did try to find an engineering job for a little bit. But what I didn't tell you is that at the same time, I was also trying to get a job as a management consultant. I'll probably go deeper into the why behind it in a future video, but I basically got the idea from a colleague who used to work as an engineer at my old company and then went to this consultancy. I realized that it was matching well with my career goals of learning a lot, getting to know many different industries and companies, and hopefully figuring out what to do with my life. I didn't want to share this while I was in the application process because I didn't want it to impact my chances in any way, and I also didn't want people's opinions to sway me either way. Well, I applied to one consultancy and I got an offer. However, I would have to move to Germany. At first, I wasn't gonna do it because I was set on staying in the Netherlands. But then I decided that this was too good of an opportunity to not take advantage of it. And I also literally couldn't get excited about any other jobs. So I moved to Germany and I decided on Düsseldorf because from all the options I had, it's the city that's closest to the Netherlands where my boyfriend works. Yeah, so welcome to our apartment in Düsseldorf, I guess. And that's how I accidentally moved back to Germany after living abroad for 5 years, which is a whole crisis of its own, but that's for another day. So now it's time to talk about another crisis, or 3. A crisis in a crisis in a crisis? Let's unpack that. I mean, I don't usually wear hats, but I couldn't get used to this. I'm just not gonna give context for this. Okay, so I thought the real crisis would be not knowing what I want to do with my life. But turns out the bigger crisis was knowing what I want to do with my life. And the reason for that is that my identity was heavily based on me being an engineer. I mean, how could it not? I spent almost 7 years studying engineering. I had to strongly believe in my ability to become an engineer because a lot of people didn't believe in me. And I had a whole brand built around engineering with my newsletter, Fresh Engineer Tears. I had the Fresh Engineer podcast where I was interviewing other engineers, the Fresh Engineer Club on Discord, and of course this channel all about career advice for young engineers and engineering students. But also in my personal life, I've been the engineer for a long time, whether that's with my family or friends. And I think that's common for engineers, but probably a lot of other professions too. When I decided to go into consulting, I didn't really think much of it. It was gonna be a temporary career move, and I still do mostly manufacturing projects, and a lot of the people I work with are engineers working as consultants. So it didn't have to be this big identity shattering thing. However, while I still see this job as temporary, I don't think I'm gonna go back to a typical engineering role either. I really enjoy consulting work. I love combining technical skills with business. I love brainstorming with clients. I love the variety of work on different projects in different industries, and I don't think I will find all of that in the same way in an engineering role. Or rather, I found an option that I'm much more excited about, that I'm working towards now, and that I'll share eventually. It's just a little early. But with my career goals, my perspective on careers also changed quite drastically, and I realized I can't make engineering content anymore. In other words, my career crisis led me to a creative crisis. The way I see careers now is that we have to pick something to do after high school, right? But that is only the first of many career choices we get to make. And it's by far not the most important one, probably not even in the top 10. I'm not saying I don't care about that choice or that it's not scary to make that choice. It definitely is. I'm just saying that no matter where you start your career, you can end up almost anywhere later on. Your first decision does not define your whole career. Sometimes I wish it did, because that would be easier. But no, we have to continue to make choices. So I don't want to keep talking about this one decision at the start of your career when there's so many more decisions to talk about. And likewise, I don't want to keep talking about just engineering careers, because if a career can start anywhere and end anywhere, what really is an engineering career? And what if that label does more harm than good, because it puts our careers in a box? It limits the options we consider for ourselves, and maybe it keeps us from reaching our full potential. So I still love engineering. There's still gonna be an engineering theme in my life and in anything I make. I just cannot make content specifically about engineering anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want to disappoint anyone. It's totally fine if you want to unsubscribe, because this is different than what you signed up for. No hard feelings. And my old content will of course still be there for you to watch. And maybe you will actually like what I've got planned, hopefully. I try to find an underlying theme for what I care most about, the one message I want to share and remind myself of. And I think it's this: grab the steering wheel of your life and career. Take control, figure out what you want, and go for it. You have as much control as you think you have. And even though that sounds like advice, I actually want to be giving less advice and share more just what I'm doing, what I'm thinking about, what I'm struggling with, and hopefully the few things I do figure out as I go. Basically, I want us, you and me, to be on eye level. I'm no career expert. I don't have all the answers. Just as lost as you. Let's figure it out together. So, what can you expect from my content? I'm making it my mission to figure out this career crisis thing. I'm gonna share vlogs and life updates as I build a new life with my new job here in Germany, and as I make any future career moves. I will share lessons I'm learning, and of course, books that help me along the way. I might do some experiments and challenges to figure things out, and I might even interview others on this journey. I'm also gonna try to push myself more in terms of design and filmmaking. But most of all, I just want to connect more. I want my content to feel more meaningful, and I want us to be in this together. I'm not teaching, I'm just sharing. Hopefully you'll share as well in the comments or DMs, emails, whatever you want. If you want a taste of what my new content could be like, you can check out my previous video about 6 books to change your life this year. And you can subscribe to my newsletter for even more career crisis content. Now, I think it's only fair if I help you understand this change as much as possible. So I'm going to film a Q&A video. You can leave any questions you have for me in the comments, and I'm gonna try to answer every single question. Thank you so much for watching. Gosh, okay, bye.